obviously nobody wants to lose to a coward like that. So I felt like I lost the wrestling exchanges, the fight, whatever. I know I did damage. I think I dropped him twice. So it just sucks, man. Fucking flat on the wrestling, and he jumped on and he was able to take me down. There was like one or two times that I felt him getting real tired on the takedowns, and all of a sudden he got that takedown as I was like stuffing the second and third attempt. Then on the fourth one he got me down, and he's got good control once he's on top.
Oh, so you knew the guy very well. Did anything in there surprise you, or was it pretty much just exactly what you expected?
More or less what I expected, I know that he wouldn't want to stand in there toe to toe, because even if he'd land one shot or two or three, when I'd land one back, it'd make a big difference. I felt I'd hurt him more significantly with my shots, but whatever, man. It still came up short.
Yeah. Is it a fight that you'll try to get again at some point, or is it all that encompasses it better to just move past all this?
Definitely, if I get on a winning track, improve myself again, and I get that fight I'd love to take. I feel like I keep improving those positions where I did fuck up tonight. Just make it a little bit more taxing on him, so when we get to the feet, I'm fresher. He's a little bit worn out, and I can get some big shots in his face and finish him next time.
Last thing for me, I know you want to take some time away and be with the family and such, but is there anything that interests you right now other than a rematch, which would be down the road? I mean, you're still a big star, obviously, man. If the crowd was responding out there, it's clear how much you love. So, I mean, are there fights that make sense or dates or anything like that?
I think the only thing that makes sense is for me to get in the gym, me to get in the track and field, and just get after it, get in great shape, see where my headspace is at, and then 3-4 months from now, make that decision who's next. For right now, I want to clear the cobwebs up. It's not that I'm hurt or nothing, but to lose to a punk like that, it sucks. And if I fight like another wrestler, I need to make sure I could deal with this thing. It's always been tough fights for me with the wrestlers. Thinking, is he gonna shoot on me so I don't open up as much on my feet as I should, and then I get in big scrambles and I get out scrambled. So I need to fix the wrestling, man.
George, to your right. I mean, to your left. Excuse me. To you. I know my right from my left usually. I'm just curious, when you dropped him in the fourth round there, was that your good shot? And are you surprised he bounced up as quick as he did?
And then I didn't pounce, on him after I dropped him. I wasn't surprised that he bounced up. I was just surprised that I didn't go and take his head off. I thought he was gonna shoot immediately on me, so I just thinking of wrong shit instead of just go and take his head off. I was tired. He was tired and hurt. That was my chance right there. That was that window of like 5-6 seconds to give it all I got and make a sprint and make a big change. Maybe I could have made that round 10-8, 10-7, who knows, But I didn't take that opening.
You dropped him in the second and the fourth, I believe it was. Which one was the better shot?
I'm gonna have to see with myself, because obviously when I'm in the fight, I might think this, I might think that. Probably the one in the fourth, I think, but I'm gonna have to check it out again.
The other thing, you were standing there when he called out Dustin Poirier, and it was a little surprise to people. He's calling out a guy in a lighter weight class. He talked about, to me anyways, going up and fighting at 185, as opposed to saying Whitaker. He calls out Dustin Poirier, and I'm curious what you think that says about Colby for doing that.
He's a bitch. That's it. The bitch could wrestle though.
Jorge right here. Go ahead, Austin.
Did you think he was kind of fighting a little bit dirty in there? I know in the first round he poked you in the eye, that started the wrestling, so you almost had the first round taken away from you from a foul. Did you feel like he was doing that, and was he doing it intentionally, or how'd you feel?
The eye poke was pretty bad, man. It's the only thing that's hurting on me right now is the fucking eye poke. My eye's still throbbing right now. I've had a couple mishaps with Herb Dean. I just don't get it why he didn't fix the action. He threw a punch, miss, and then he immediately just jabbed me in the fucking eyeball. I'm not gonna take nothing away from for him winning the fight, because that was just one sequence. But it would have been cool if he would have stopped it there, and I would have got my breather, and then we restart, because he poked the shit out of my eye. Like, it's still throbbing right now. That's the only thing that's hurting on me. Whatever the fucking me and Herb Dean don't have a clean record as it is. We've had a couple mishaps in the past, and shit, he's not my cup of tea when it comes to refereeing.
He in between the first and second round, he said to Colby, "I've watched the replay. It was an eye poke. I'm giving you a stern warning." But at that point, the eye poke's already happened, and you've already
and I've been down for like 3 minutes and change on my back. I don't know. I just kind of sucks. And then there was a low blow as well, and I don't know. Colby's always been kind of a little dirty fighter, but today just showed more, but I'm not gonna rely on that or anything, man. Still, I lost the wrestling scrambles and he won, you know.
You've been disappointed before, right? I remember against Usman, you came up short and you were disappointed. But this one, and I don't want to rub it in or anything, but how harsh is this sitting here right now talking to us?
It's fucking, like I said, none of it is personal, but it just sucks because this idiot talked about my kids, you know. He's still somebody, if I see him out in the streets, I'm going to give him everything I got to break his fucking jaw, you know. It doesn't matter if I lost wrestling scrambles tonight. I still think he's a fucking pussy, you know.
Thanks for coming to talk to us.
Jorge, I was wondering, straight back. I believe it was in the fourth round. You had this particular exchange with him. He kind of got you against the fence. He unloaded a few punches, and you just shook it off. You showed your tongue at him. Can you just walk me through that moment? I mean, was it just the punches just didn't have no power, and then you came back and cracked them?
I was kind of baiting him there because I was seeing the punches coming, and I was like, I think I could get him to either punch out or he's gonna take a shot right now, and I could catch him with a knee. I ended up catching him with a punch. Yeah, he doesn't have power like on his hands, you know. That's why he goes right to sniffing the crotch. So I just I was hesitant there, man. I thought he was gonna shoot and I could time him for a knee as he was throwing those punches. I just read him wrong. I think he let out like 7-8 punches, but that also caused him to gas, you know.
And then another question I had, just were there any words exchanged, when you guys were in the middle of the octagon that maybe we didn't catch during the fight?
Yeah, me just telling him you're still a bitch and shit like that.
Did he say anything back?
I don't even know what he said, bro. But I know I just told him, "You're a bitch. Just I'll get you eventually."
Now I know not too many fights that you've had back since the pandemic, so obviously a big crowd and big response to you tonight when you walked out. Just can you talk about what it's like this many years in your career? Now finally you're getting all of that kind of reaction when you finally walk out to the octagon.
This is like double-sided. I've been doing it 20 years. I'm 37 years old. I wish I would have had the support maybe a little bit younger when I was a little bit younger. But I'm not mad that I'm getting it now, though. I still love this sport. I still love what I do. I'm 37 years old, so it's not like in like my youth prime, but I still love this, So I'm glad that I got the fans behind me, and they see that every time I step in there, I got one intention to take the other guy out.
Can I ask just final question? You've obviously had losses before. When you go home, just like how do you start putting the pieces back together and start rebuilding with the team, with your family and everything?
Smoke a fat joint, eat a couple cheeseburgers, and then hit the gym, and then hit the track and field, and then hit the gym and see how I'm holding up. And maybe like a month into it or something, I'll talk to my team, my coaches, see what they want to do. I leave it in their hands. I got the best management in the world. I feel I got the best coaches in the world. I'm in the passenger side for this one, I'll let them decide when I come back. When I after the fight before this one,
Jorge, back
they wanted
here.
me to take a while, so I did, and then eventually I came back. Now I just talk to my team. If they want me to fight in 2-3 months, I'll do that. If they want me to fight 6-7 months from now, then I'll do that as well.
Jorge, back here. There were some rumors that Colby came into the fight with a knee injury, and I saw that Malky also replied to a tweet about Colby getting some cortisone shots. Do you know if he had a knee injury?
I'm not 100% sure. Just I wanted to blow his knee out anyways.
All right. And then last question from me. There were a couple shots to the back of the head. Did that impact you at all during the fight?
In the heat of the moment, the adrenaline's pumping, so I'm sure that he hit me back there, but I don't feel it. The only thing that impacted me in the fight that was like harsh was the eye poke. It was pretty shitty. My eye's still throbbing right now. Doesn't feel too good. Probably get that checked out. Make sure there's no corneal abrasion or nothing. That's the only thing that I think the referee should have said a stern warning and gave me the time to recoup. My eye's still hurting now, and it's been like 30 minutes after the fight.
Thank you. That's all for me.
Thank you.
Jorge, pasando todo lo que has pasado, tu historia, que es una historia tremenda para todos los cubanos, ¿cómo te recuperas de esto y cómo sigues adelante con la fuerza para seguir peleando y dándole a tu gente lo que la gente quiere de ti?
Fe en Dios, primero, tomar un descanso, 1 o 2 semanas, después empezar a ir al gimnasio, ir recuperándome así y empezar de menos a más, a ver quién me dan para la próxima pelea y después acabar con él.
En Nueva York, tú una vez me dijiste a mí que tú soñabas con verte en el Madison Square Garden. Cuando cierras los ojos, ¿dónde más te ves, Jorge? ¿Dónde más ves tu carrera llegando?
de nuevo aquí en Las Vegas, llenando el estadio, peleando con uno de los mejores del mundo, arrancándole la cabeza, yendo para adelante. No, yo no voy a dejar que esto me pare. Voy a tomar un tiempo para reenfocarme, poner todo en su lugar y ir para adelante. De nada.
Jorge, just in front of you here. Obviously, you said before this fight, your ultimate goal, even though all this rivalry with Covington, is you won't retire until you're a champion. Is that still the same?
I'm 37 years old, so I want to give it all I got, and I base it off if I go to the gym 2-3 weeks from now and the young guys are beating my ass, and I've always said that'll be the time for me to hang it up. If I'm losing in the gym, I don't need to get in the cage to find that out. The goal is always to be the champion. As long as I'm doing good in the gym, I'll keep competing. We didn't do that well to the American top team, but we constantly have guys that are competing at the highest of levels. So the day I can't compete with those guys, I know it's time for me to hang it up. I still do well in the gym, and it's going to be the same thing. I'm going to get back to the gym, and then if everybody's kicking my butt, then my time has come. If I'm still holding my own, I'm going to get in there and give it another shot. And if I win that one, then I'm going to give it another shot. And if I win that one, I'm going to give it another shot, and then see where that leads me.
Like you said there, the title is what's on your mind. Obviously, it's a very personal fight. People could say it's one-sided, but you had your moments. Is it a rematch something you would ever want?
Definitely. I'm going to go and earn it, though, by knocking other people out. Eventually, I'll get in front of him. I'll get in front of Usman right now. I'm far removed from that. I'm probably 2-3 fights away from that. But I love the work. I love the fight. So as long as I can still hold my own in the gym, I'll be back in there.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Gabe, Red, one question. More important for you before it's all said and done to get a third fight with Usman or that second fight with Colby?
It'd be nice to get both. If I could get both, it'd be very nice. I feel in this fight there was a couple hiccups in the wrestling exchanges when he was giving all he had to take me down. If I could have just avoided those takedowns then, it would have been detrimental for him. Then we would have been on the feet and I would have been nice and calm and he would have been huffing and puffing. Instead, I gave up in some positions. I gave up, but I got outscored, and then that allowed him to put his style on me, and then that made it. Then my gas tank went down. So I just feel like if I could clean that up, I could make his life hell.
Herb Dean did give him the warning in between rounds, and he gave a stern warning. Were you kind of surprised that he didn't take a point after that with the low blow?
No, I wasn't surprised at all. I was just surprised that after the eye poke in the first round, they didn't just break it up and address it. Like that position wouldn't have happened had he not poked me in the eye, So it's whatever. It's Herb Dean stuff, Everybody here could, if you've seen fighting, you've seen Herb Dean have numerous hiccups. I'm not gonna blame the fight on him, but he's not my cup of tea when it comes to refereeing.
Jorge, de este lado, cuéntame un poquito qué pasó en el cuarto round cuando lo tocaste. En español sé que ya lo dijiste en inglés, pero no lo tocaste y sentiste que podías ir por más o qué pasó.
Cuando lo toqué, vi que estaba lastimado y mi primera emoción era, se va a tirar las piernas. Solo quería casar con una rodilla o con un uppercut. No lo hizo y pensé mucho. Ese es el problema mío, que pensé mucho en vez de sacar los perros y tratar de terminar en ese momento como sea. Me puse a pensar mucho.
¿Y el piquete de ojo qué tanto te afectó a partir de ese momento en la pelea?
Bueno, el ojo todavía me duele, lo tengo palpitando todavía. Ha sido media hora después de la pelea y no, el ojo no está entero. Me lo voy a ir a chequear con los doctores mañana.
Gracias, Jorge.
De nada. Thank you guys. Thank you everybody, man.